Got a really good one for you today. Judge Middleton Landlord Tenant Court. This guy hasn't paid his mortgage in years. He was foreclosed on last July. He appealed it, and here it is now, March of 2025, and they're finally giving him the boot. He shows up late for his own party. He doesn't start trying to zoom in until after the proceeding has begun, and then the judge has to end up calling him because he can't figure out Zoom. And like I told you, it's a good one. Here we go.
Good afternoon, Deputy Feaster. I'm looking for Ernest Ash, see if anyone's come in on his landlord-tenant eviction case. All right, thank you. Bye. Ms. Plagani, we're ready to go on your matter. Thank you. You've been hiding there in the background. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Judge.
I haven't seen you in a while, but we did have some previous history with this case. It's entitled Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation versus Ernest O. Ash III. This is a property at 605 South Constantine Street. Attorney Sogal Plagani is here on behalf of Federal Home Loan Mortgage Company for Orlans and Associates. It's helpful that she had been here before. Mr. Ash was in this house for many years and it got foreclosed upon. He appealed it and that stayed the proceedings. And the appeal eventually was dismissed on November 6th. And no motion to reinstate was filed. And that's why more than 56 days have passed since the date of the judgment. So plaintiff has filed a motion to institute the order of eviction that theoretically could have ordered many months ago. Ms. Plagani, have I got the facts straight?
That's correct, Judge.
Have you had any contact with him, maybe through the appeal, but since November?
I have not had any contact with him, Judge. Actually, during the pendency of the appeal, he never filed anything other than the notice of appeal, did not contact our office, and it was dismissed for his failure to comply with the court rules to move the appeal forward. I did wait the time frame for him to file a motion to reinstate. He did not do that with the moratoriums for Christmas.
Mr. Ash is trying to zoom in.
Oh,
all right. He's once again a day late and a dollar short. But he's had the benefit of a number of additional months in residence without any payment. I left the conference room open because I thought he might show up and be here in person. But he isn't. He did manage to zoom in on a couple of occasions before. He wasn't very adept at it, but I think we did get it done. What date are you looking for? 10 days?
that's fine, Judge.
He won't like that very much, but we'll see. Sometimes it's better to just sit and wait rather than do everything and then have them show up. So we try to start on time for people like you who appear in a lot of different jurisdictions and have different judges with different temperaments. But if I say we start at 1:45, we try to start at 1:45. So you know how to plan your appearances here in Centerville. He's having problems. All right. All right. Well, let's try to call him.
Hello.
Mr. Ash, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can.
All right. This isn't ideal, but we'll make do. This is file number 24606. Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation versus Ernest O. Ashe III, and that's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, also with me is Attorney Sogol Plagani from the Orlans and Associates Law Group. She's been here, I think, throughout this entire case. I made a ruling last year in 2024 that said this property was subject to foreclosure. That was way back in July, and they were supposed to be evicted on or after July 15th. You filed a notice of appeal on June 27th and then never did anything to forward the appeal. So the circuit court dismissed the appeal in November of 2024, and that appeal is, that's done.
Go ahead.
So that led to more than 56 days passing. And so they filed this motion for me to institute the writ of eviction. Is that correct, Ms. Plagani?
That's correct, Judge.
She also indicated that you've never filed anything else with them, never had any contact with them since last summer.
We sent the papers.
Maybe the notice of appeal in June, but nothing since. So are you still in possession of the premises?
Yes.
Well, they still want you to move.
Well, I had a guy come over here. They've been trying to. They told me in the last hearing that they couldn't sell the house until I was out of it. They've been trying to sell the house on auction.com since then.
Well,
So that is,
oh, you're going to get out of it. You have 10 days to move or you're subject to being evicted. Through your non-completed appeal, you did manage to delay everything from July all the way to March. The motion is granted. You have 10 days from. You haven't done.
There's a guy that's going to buy the house, and he wants me to be the tenant. So I was trying to see if I can get to at least June 1st to give him time to get the money to buy the house, because he doesn't want to buy the house if there's nobody to rent from it, because he don't want to have to look for a tenant.
I doubt they're going to agree to that. In fact, I don't know, Ms. Plagani, you have any position on that?
Normally, that's not something that my client does. They don't sell to a third party for the benefit of the former owner to remain in the property.
That's
There are
almost,
guidelines.
It's going to save them money in the long run, because it's going to, once I'm out, it's going to cost a lot of money to fix up the house, because the house is not in bad shape.
well, the house is in bad shape and you haven't paid any payment in several years, including all the way from last June to now. So they want you.
The state is charging me taxes on the house. I don't even own the house. For the last 2 years, they took $1,700 out of my state tax for the house, and I don't even own it.
Those are, I think, back taxes. Well, at this point, you don't own it and you have 10 days to move. I'm going to send you this order. It says you have until March 27th of 2025 to vacate.
You can't give me at least 30 days.
No, they're not willing to.
Guy's gonna buy it.
Well, then tell him to buy it. If he wants to buy it with you in it and then try to refurbish it with you in it, I guess that's up to him. But you got 10 days to vacate and he's got 10 days to buy it. All right, I'll send you a copy of that order. You delayed this through one means or another from July to March. And again, you've been living there without making any payment.
They wouldn't accept any money.
Well, they don't. They want you to move, and they wanted you to move since last July. So you got 10 days to move, or the sheriff can come and put you out. You can also contact them, which you haven't done since last June, to discuss it further. But at this point, I'm granting them the relief they asked for. You didn't show up on time. You didn't zoom in. You've been pretty cavalier about the whole thing. So yeah, they want the property back. They want you out. Maybe it'd be easier to sell it if you weren't in it. But at this point,
I can tell you it's not going to happen, because it's going to cost like 30 grand just to get the house back up into par.
yes, I don't.
I'm saving them money by getting this guy buy it. I'm saving them money.
No, you're not. They won't get any rent for March or April or May or June. That's not saving them money. All right, good luck, Mr. Ash. I'll send you a copy of that order. You're good to go. I don't doubt his representation that the property's not in good shape, but
And Judge, did you say March 17th or March 27th?
March 17th.
Okay.
I wrote 27th, but it is 17th. It's 10 days from today.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good
All
day.
right, I feel for Mr. Ash, but he has, he doesn't have any legal standing to delay it, and he did delay it for quite a while. So, all right, he can always contact you. You can agree to give him more time. I suspect he hasn't done anything since last June till now to prepare to move, but we'll see. All right, thank you. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks.
The last time this guy was in court was last July, and he had a hard time figuring out Zoom. He waited till the last minute this time to try to figure it out. Basically started after the proceeding began. He couldn't do that, so the judge had to end up calling him, and the judge wasn't happy about that. He even said that the defendant had been cavalier about the whole thing. As we mentioned before, hadn't paid his mortgage in a year. He's gone from July until March without having to pay it again after appealing the foreclosure. And then he has the gall to want to stay until June, and he argues really hard for that. This is a case of somebody thinking they're right despite the facts, but the judge ain't having it, and he's got 10 days to move. If he hasn't done that, then I think they can come back and file an order to have the sheriff move him out, and then 10 days after that, the sheriff will show up and move his stuff out to the street. So we'll see what happens. Hey, leave a comment, give me a like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.